The Detroit Lions are coming off a phenomenal victory against the Baltimore Ravens, and in it, they proved everybody wrong. It's amazing to me that the Detroit Lions in back-to-back seasons can go 12-5, make it to the NFC Championship game. In the next year, they go 15-2. Yes, they lose in the divisional round, but they go 27-7. They go 2-1 in the playoffs over 2 years, and then they have their entire team returning, essentially, everybody that's important, but they go into Baltimore, and nobody thinks that they can win. Maybe it's because people have in their mind, I thought this was just the Lions fans, that 38-6 defeat against the Baltimore Ravens from not 1 but 2 years ago. But sure enough, here we go. In the pregame show, and these are just things that I'm going to notice. I got to notice them. 5 guys talked. They had to do their game picks. 5 guys. Ravens, 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 Ravens. And I did this because that was them going across the screen. And every one of them talked about how good the Lions were. But in this arena, right, like in this stadium, M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, on this night with how pumped up the crowd is, it just seems like too great of a mountain to overcome. And not only that, but you have the Detroit Lions sitting here with 2 new coordinators. Now, they did not look good against the Packers. They had a great bounce-back game against the Bears. How good are the Bears? We don't know. But the Lions proved everybody wrong. They dominated this game in complete and total fashion. So in this video, what I want to talk about is a few things. But before I talk about those things, for you, what was the most surprising thing where you wanted to tell everybody that's not a Detroit Lions fan you were wrong in this game? What was it? Was it the way we ran the ball down Baltimore's throat? Was it the 7 sacks of Lamar Jackson? Was it the coordinators? What was it that you saw that you were like, hey, this is the Lion team that I have known in the Dan Campbell era, and it's about time all y'all get on board and realize they're pretty good. So what I want to talk about, and when they proved everybody wrong, the first thing I wanted to talk about was, of course, the national media all picking the wrong team. And Scott Van Pelt, SVP, that dude's awesome, right? And he's doing the interview with St. Brown, and he eats it. He owns it, right? He's like, all 5 of us picked the wrong team, man. And St. Brown handled it well, too. Makes fun of him for some inappropriate language, and that's true. That was not good language. Amon-Ra, kids are watching, all right? Don't worry, on this channel, you'll never see inappropriate language. But he just got his emotions a little carried away. Here's the first thing I want to hit on proving everybody wrong. This brain drain nonsense, this brain drain crap that we continue to hear, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm also done with hearing that Ben Johnson is this extreme mastermind. And you know what? I don't know if Dan Campbell's going to be as good without this offensive genius and Ben Johnson calling the plays. Look, I'm done with that crap. And I'm going to tell you right now, and you can, we have receipts. That's the beautiful thing about this channel. There are receipts. And I remember routinely when Ben Johnson got the job with the Bears, when we hired Johnny Moe, when in all offseason, I had to do 20 different videos, and I had to mention it 50 different times. This is Dan Campbell's offense. John Morton can come in because he is a guy who comes from the same path as Campbell. He helped introduce the offense. And this offense has the same players. They understand what they're running, and it's the same. And what I have found out in the first 3 weeks of this NFL season is that John Morton not only has the same kind of ability that Ben Johnson had, I'm going to make the argument that he's as creative, if not more. Look at the trick plays that we ran in this game. Just the little simple things. And they highlighted this on the broadcast, depending on which broadcast you watch. I don't know what they did here. And by the way, can I just do like a little sidebar? I love the Manning cast, but I can't watch the Manning cast when the Lions are on. I love the Manning cast with other teams, but with the Lions, I just want to watch the game. And it was so funny. I was watching the game. I was actually watching the game with my wife, and it was in the moment where Peyton was doing, just a hilarious bit about rule changes that need to be made from the NBA. Started a rule where they're going to allow players, if they take a last-second three from like full court or whatever as time expires, it doesn't count against the players' shooting percentage, just the teams. So now players will actually take big shots at the end and try and make full court shots. So he was posing NFL rule changes, like quarterbacks get to throw, they don't get interceptions, don't count against them with Hail Marys at the end of the half, stuff like that. But, which I think is hilarious. But like when we look at this, it was funny, and my wife actually looked at me. She's like, "Why are we watching this? The game's in a little box, right?" And I'm like, 100%. And so I switched over and listened to Troy Aikman and Joe Buck and just watched the game. And anyways, I got off on a complete tangent. But that one play, the play in which Goff handed the ball to St. Brown quickly, and then St. Brown pitched the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs on a 4th down to score a touchdown, arguably the biggest play of the game, and outside of the Hutch strip, punch fumble. But it sounded like I said Hutch strip. Don't worry, he didn't strip. But the way Goff handed the ball was vertical. It wasn't horizontal. It was vertical. So he hands it to him. Then that way he can just grab it, pitch. There's no turning of the ball. It's nothing like that. It's just grab and pitch. And you needed all of that. Otherwise, the defensive end is there. And it's little things like that he's doing. This lining up with the triple I, whatever you call that. I think it's the Maryland I think is what you call that. Where you have 3 guys in the backfield, then you move them out. One time they used David Montgomery, even though he was the second running back to run. Like, the creativity of this offense is remarkable. And the creativity in the run game is remarkable. So I'm done with this brain drain. Kelvin Shepard is a better defensive coordinator than Aaron Glenn. It's really simple. He is a better defensive coordinator than Aaron Glenn. He has the same level of excitement on the sideline. He has that same wonderful relationship with his defensive players, but his ability to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback is unmatched right now for any Lions coordinator that I've seen. And it definitely is better than what Aaron Glenn put together. Aaron Glenn had great game plans. But you got to remember, this is the same team that lost to the Ravens 38-6 2 years ago. And the Ravens just went down the field. Boom, 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 boom. The Lions defense gave up points, and you will always give up points against the Baltimore Ravens. But it was a completely different thing. I am done with the brain drain nonsense. That should end after this week. Nobody should be talking about it. And if they do, they should lose their job for it. And then just to give you the last, and I don't think I shared this in the video that I did earlier. All right. This is on Next Gen Stats. Found this on our Twitter, by the way. I'll repost it. Follow us on Twitter. This is what well-coached teams do. Okay. The Lions did not turn the ball over, allowed 0 sacks, made the optimal decision on every 4th down. Only missed 4 tackles on defense. The Ravens finished with 1 turnover, another on downs, allowed 7 sacks, and 20 missed tackles. You don't play with that level of execution when you have bad coaching. They proved everyone wrong. The brain drain is not real. This team is once again one of the, if not the best teams in the NFL. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. We get to celebrate, but it's a short celebration because Cleveland's coming to town, and that's not a game that you can lay an egg for. With this schedule, you need to win the games that you're supposed to win. Cleveland just went out and beat Green Bay. They beat Green Bay. They gave us a big favor. Now we need to go ahead and get that game, kind of get a little stranglehold here on the division, or at least be front runners in the division. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.